Hi YouTube, it's Jennifer, and it's been a while since I've been here. I think the last video that I was able to get posted, I was only 4 days post-op, and I was a hot mess. There was no, it was not a happy place in my life at that moment. I actually did post, or try to post a video about a 1 week post-op video, and it was too large, it wouldn't work, and at the time it just felt so awful that I just decided that I was going to leave it. And truth be told, I didn't think that I would be back on here recording a video, because I really didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel at one point. I was that miserable. I had a really tough time the first 3 or 4 weeks. I was back in the hospital for dehydration, and did nothing but pretty much vomit and cry the first 4 weeks. I contributed a lot of that to the acid reflux that they prepare you for. However, I could not get the medicine down that they gave me. My doctor had given me a prescription that was in a capsule form, and I was told to dump it into my yogurt or dump it into my food or something, either way to get it down, and I couldn't. I just continued to vomit it back up again. So I finally just broke down and bought Prilosec OTC, and decided that at 4 weeks out, after spending a day in the hospital getting some fluids, that I was just going to suck it up and swallow it whole. And my doctor had forbid me to do that until I was at least 12 weeks. But I figured I had to. It was the only way I was going to feel better, and it worked. Literally within 24 hours, I was keeping the pill down and feeling like a champ. Then it was a matter of getting my vitamin levels back up, focusing on my protein, kind of coming back to life. It was literally like 4 weeks of my life just kind of were in bed, doing nothing. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, really anything. And I'm not somebody to feel sorry for myself, so that was really an eye-opener. It was really reality of what I had done in the surgery that I had, which was the sleeve gastrectomy. So anyway, here I am. I am now 10 weeks post-op, and I am down to 178.4. My highest recorded weight was 246. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. It's been a while. My pre-op diet started at 217. My surgery, I was 210. And I'm now down to 178.4. So I'm doing great. I'm down 40 pounds since I started the process. And my surgeon tells me that's about average. Most patients, he said average, his patients anyway, average about 280 when they start the process. So I was a little smaller than that, but I'm also 5 foot. So 5 foot at 220 pounds is pretty heavy. So anyway, I had a plateau that was a nightmare. I had lost quite a bit of that weight up until probably about 4 or 5 weeks post-op. And then from that point until now, I have lost nothing. Well, until last week, that is. And then last week I was traveling for work and came back home, hopped on the scale, and was 4 pounds down. So that was really exciting for me. The scale is now moving rapidly, and I'm loving it. I had gone back to the gym actively. I've always been in the gym, just never able to take off the weight. I've always been a weightlifter, always been kettlebells, and I basically trained and had planned to run a 5K last year, but unfortunately one of my husband's sisters had passed away, and it was the same weekend, so we weren't able to go. But I do plan to do that again. So getting back in the gym was really my lifesaver. It really was. It was incredible, and it feels great. I'm probably doing 45 minutes to an hour of cardio a couple, 2-3 times a week. Last night I did my first real intense circuit training of kettlebells, and did a 30-second work, 30-second rest interval, about 10 workouts. So it was about 30 minutes that I did that. and it was great. I'm feeling it today, but I love it. I got a bike for Mother's Day, so my husband and I have been taking our kids out to different bike trails and doing different active things, and I'm just loving it. Finally able to get all my protein in. I get in anywhere between 60 and 90 grams of protein a day. Still can't really eat breakfast. I'm a breakfast person. I've always loved breakfast, and that is just not an option for me anymore. I'm coming to terms with the idea of being able to just do a protein shake for breakfast, and it's working, and it's filling me up, and that's what's important, and that's what my body needs, so that's what I do. I'm probably getting maybe 600 calories in a day. I've learned that the processed crap that we're not supposed to be eating is the stuff that is going down the easiest. That scares me. I'm not so much a sweets person as I am more salty, crunchy foods, which are the chips. Chips and salsa are the devil to me. They are my biggest downfall. I swear I have such an issue with chips and salsa. So I try to stay away from them. But I have kids, and it happens. I just try to, you can only eat so much. It's not like I can have an entire bag, and we're talking, the snack size bags that you send with your kids to school or something. I can't even, 2 or 3 chips and I'm done. I don't think I'm quite eating enough at each meal. It really just depends on the time of day. As the day progresses, it's easier for me to get things down. My water, I'm doing great on my water. I've always been a huge water drinker. Water and iced teas are my thing. And for those of you who enjoy Starbucks, you can actually go to Starbucks. I would recommend this if you need something sweet without all the sugar and stuff. What was my biggest savior when I needed stuff, because I couldn't do the Crystal Light. It was giving me more acid reflux. I couldn't do any of the stuff they had suggested that I do to give me some flavor with my water. So what I did was I had gone to Starbucks and had a passion iced tea. They're decaffeinated, and you can get them unsweetened, and then I put like a 1 Splenda or 1 Sweet and Low in there, or something just to give it a little sweetness. But it's perfect, and it really was my saving grace during my miserable point when I knew I needed fluids but couldn't do water, couldn't do anything else. Yeah, that was great. So I still probably have a couple of those every so often during the week just to give me some flavor. But beyond that, I'm just a water drinker. I've never really been a big soda drinker. Did party quite a bit back in the day, in my heyday, but I don't drink anymore, so that's not even an issue. Something new, I have joined a roller derby team. Wanted to do it last year, but hurt my hip actually training for the 5K, and I had to wait until that healed. And then once it did, I ended up having to have my gallbladder removed and started this process for the weight loss surgery. So everything's just kind of pushed it back. And so finally, I am on a roller derby team, and I am loving it. I'm just about to get my skates tomorrow. I've been going to the practices, but I'm actually getting my skates tomorrow. My husband has decided and agreed to and signed on to be one of the refs for our area, so it's kind of turned into a big family thing, which is really exciting. My husband's so supportive. I love him. He's amazing. Not to mention my kids just think it's badass. I'm sorry, but they just think it's badass, and they love it. And they're just so precious, and I love it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Sorry it's been so long. I promise that I will start updating more. If you have any questions, if there's anybody out there who's just getting ready to have the surgery, I know with my insurance, I was able to do the process in a month. I know that that's not typical or normal, but if anybody needed any help with anything, questions, I really have been down and back, kind of the worst case scenario, and survived it, and I'm just now at a point where I'm really, really glad that I did it. I went from a size 20 down to, I put on some 16s today that were too big, so I'm 14 now. I don't have a lot of 14s. But it's kind of a bummer because I work in a very corporate setting, and so, I dressed very nice, and those clothes don't tend to be very cheap. So I went and bought a lot of clothes right before I went back to work, and those are getting kind of loose on me already. Which I guess is a good problem to have. I shouldn't really complain about it, but Either way, I'm going to have to come up with something. So if anybody out there has some 14s they want to send to me, I would love to take them off your hands. And if anybody's looking for any, 16s to 20s, I've got some. Everything from jeans to, business casual things and some weekend clothes. Even my feet are shrunk. I've gone from a 7.5 to a 6.5. I mean, I'm 5 foot, so I guess 6.5 size shoe is typical. But, yeah, definitely different. So anywho, I'm going to get going, and my 8-year-old son is out watching Titanic, so I'm going to go join him. But, yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, staying fit, staying active, being healthy, making all the right choices, putting protein first. And I will see you guys in a week with hopefully some more weight loss. Take care, everybody. Bye.